Shanell, we've got a few minutes left. Would you mind sharing with us about Prop C and what, the taxpayers, they decided, hey, this is a big issue and we're ready to go forward with this. Can you share about where we're going with this Prop C money?
Yes, and thank you. I'm so honored to be here and amongst this illustrious panel, and thank you to Theo for that wonderful introduction. I am a San Francisco native, and I will say that it is the worst that I've ever seen in this community. In addition to serving on the Prop C as the chair of the Prop C committee, I also am the president of the Board of Trustees at City College of San Francisco. So for me, this is about intersections, right? I mean, we talk about education, we talk about social services, we talk about the mental health piece of this, and what is so great about Prop C is that we have an unprecedented opportunity with the amount of resources that we are now about to inject into the San Francisco community. $300 million a year. When we saw those headlines from our Mayor Breed, saying $1 billion with a B dollars that we are going to be injecting into our community, this is unprecedented. So for us, it's about accountability, right? Like the board that I serve on, it's an amazing board. We have the resources there, but how do we put measures in place to really make sure that we're having an impact? That is the issue at hand. We want to make sure that we're not just investing in one intervention, we're investing in multiple interventions to meet people where they're at. Because as we know, there's a myriad of folks who end up homeless on our streets. I was just seeing the Chronicle spotlight in Oakland, and they're looking in Oakland at the homelessness, following 4 individuals who are homeless on the streets in Oakland. And you look at their stories, and they're all so very different, right? And so it's not a cookie cutter size model, but one thing that we're committed to with the Prop C committee is that we're committed to centering lived experience, really talking to folks who are homeless, who've been formerly homeless, and having them guide the investments we make. We're also centering racial equity, because the face of homelessness in San Francisco is Black men primarily, so we have to be real about that. How do we really lift up cultural responsiveness and making sure that we're meeting our Black community where they're at? And we really need to look at how do we bring folks together. We have all these different folks in silos, I would say in silos, and sometimes not working together as best that we should when it comes to these myriad of issues. So how do we sort of be a convener and bringing together these myriad of pieces of the problem? And so I would just say that we have an unprecedented opportunity here. We have some amazing experts, and it's amazing that we have all the sort of past mayors represented. I know Mayor Willie Brown couldn't be here, but this is a problem that's been going on for far too long. But now that we have the resources to make the difference, we have no excuse, and we have to really work with Salvation Army. We have to work with all of our community-based partners, bring folks to the table, and figure out what are the interventions that are going to work best for our communities. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much.